gonna be a good fight. It's gonna be a great fight.
Looking for the winner?
Definitely. Definitely.
Shakur Stevenson, as we know, got a fight coming up this weekend against Edwin De Los Santos. Should be a great fight this Thursday. But Shakur Stevenson also talked about his bro, Terence Bud Crawford, and how that Canelo Alvarez will feel his power if there was to ever fight. Hit that like button for your boy. We on Bushido Boxing. This is where we're going to be for the remainder of 2023. But Shakur Stevenson, man, been very vocal even in the past, long since before this fight with this potential hypothetical matchup between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez been thought of. He's been a guy that's been on his soapbox saying that Bud could beat Canelo Alvarez, right? If there was to ever fight. But he says that if they was to move up, if Canelo Alvarez was to fight Crawford, that he will feel his power. And he explains a story saying that around when he was preparing for Christopher Diaz, that Bud was in there sparring with a heavyweight. He ain't named the heavyweight, but he was sparring with the dude. And Shakur was thinking, like, why is he sparring this big-ass old dude? Like, why is he sparring big dude? And he said Bud hit dude on the chin, had him wobbling all around the ring. He's like, damn, this dude's strong as hell. He's saying that Terence Bud Crawford power could translate up to 168 pounds, and that just like how Crawford will feel Canelo's punches, Canelo will feel Crawford's punches. And I think I would agree. I think Crawford is one of those rare special athletes that could, if anybody can go up 3 weight classes and beat somebody like Canelo, I think it's a guy like Bud Crawford. Also, Benavidez says if he's not able to get Canelo in the ring, or Crawford isn't able to get Canelo, that he'll welcome Crawford. He challenges Terence Crawford. David Benavidez, the big little brother, challenges Bud Crawford. I think that's crazy, right? Let's not go overboard with Crawford moving up all these weight classes. I think a guy that's 5'8" with a 70-inch reach, I think Crawford can make something happen against that type of guy. But when we talking dude that's 6'2", that walks around outside of boxing like 200 pounds, I think that's asking a little too much, right? Not to mention the reach advantage and everything else. Not a good idea. But Shakur Stevenson did have a point. I think that Canelo Alvarez will feel Terence Crawford's power, and there's a reason why Canelo Alvarez, despite everything else, he's not pushing for a fight with Terence Crawford. You would think that since he's a smaller guy, that's a huge advantage for Canelo, but Canelo himself doesn't see this as an advantage. He would much rather go at the guys like Jaime Munguia, who is a Mexican fighter who really hasn't done anything in a sport of any significance, right? He'll rather entertain that than fight Terence Bud Crawford. That should tell you guys something. Even though Canelo said that he won't fight Mexican fighters. He's a guy that's in position to do whatever he wants to do. So, I mean, it's going to take effort from the fans to kind of push for that type of fight. I think the fighters are going to continue to talk about it. And I think that way that fight likely will happen. But Canelo Alvarez, man, look, there's a reason why he ain't stepping on the gas. I mean, Amir Khan didn't have this much trouble. Any of the other smaller guys that he brought up didn't have any trouble. Any of the guys that he put rehydrations and stipulations on didn't have trouble getting the fights. You know, so certain guys, man, they can get in the ring with certain guys if they feel they can beat that guy, or if they feel they can manipulate the situation. But Canelo Alvarez, he don't feel that he can manipulate the situation with a guy like Terence Bud Crawford, not to mention the skill set that Terence Bud Crawford has. Not only will he feel these shots, but Terence Crawford is a guy that knows how to really place these shots, and he knows how to set guys up. So yeah, really, really good fight. I don't know if it's going to happen. At this point, as if you ask me right now, will we ever see a fight between Canelo and Crawford? I'll say no. I just don't think Canelo Alvarez is going to really entertain a fight. I think fans are going to continue to dismiss it, and we just got to wait to see what's next for Bud Crawford. Errol Spence is still on the table, and then there's guys like John Boots Ennis, who's still, that fight still, you know, people really, really talking about the whole John Boots Ennis thing. I think that's a fight that Crawford, that should be an option, right? I think it should be an option if all fails. I think the fight between Boots Ennis will sell off the strength of Crawford's name alone, right? Just because of who Boots is and Crawford being a big enough star. I believe that Crawford is a big enough star to make that fight a big fight. Right? So it's up to Crawford. He wants to entertain some of these bigger, more interesting matchups, and he's in that position to do so now at 36 years old. So yeah, Shakur Stevenson, he has to get past Edwin De Los Santos. Should be a dangerous fight. Should be a tough fight. I think it's a real fight, 16-1 and 0 with 14 knockouts. Dude's a puncher. And yeah, we're going to see what Shakur Stevenson can do. And yeah, Could Canelo Alvarez feel Terence Crawford's power if they was to ever fight? Like, subscribe, holla at your boy. Peace out.